We good?
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Introduction to Lightning Flow session, CRM process automation for every app, experience, and portal. First off, I want to thank everyone for being here today. I know it's early in the morning, so thank you so much. We're really grateful for the opportunity to be able to speak with you today. My name is Wendy Lee, and I'm a platform product marketer at Salesforce. And I am delighted to have here with me Arnab Bose, who is the VP of Product Management and also the product owner of Lightning Flow. Now, before we begin, we have a quick forward-looking statement slide. We ask that you please make your purchase decisions based on features and capabilities that are available in the product today. Okay, with that, I'm going to kick off the presentation and talk a little bit about customer experiences. In the past decade, customer experiences have changed a lot. We see this around everything that we do, all the interactions that we make with different brands, different companies, whether it be your employee experiences or your customer experiences. For instance, when we have an experience like with your Apple Watch, now you can get notifications on your Apple Watch easily. Also, if you go into your mobile apps, you can make updates to your credit card, order a new credit card within a couple of touches and clicks. And now you can even check the status of your deliveries on a device like Amazon Echo using just your voice. These are incredible, connected, and seamless experiences. As a matter of fact, Gartner tells us that 89% of companies compete on the basis of customer experience. One of the best experiences that I love and know is actually through Amazon as well. I'm sure you guys have purchased on Amazon, and more likely or not, you probably had to return a product. The great thing about Amazon is that all you need to do is log on to the website, print your label, put on your package, drop it off to the post office, and within minutes of it being processed, you get a notification on your phone saying that your package has been processed and that your refund will be coming within the next 1 or 2 business days. That's an amazing, amazing customer experience. And we believe at Salesforce that every connected, great customer experience and experience in general is a process. So what exactly is a process? Well, let's take for an example the credit card example of replacing your lost credit card. Who here has lost their credit card in the recent couple of years? I've probably lost mine about 3 times. And anytime I lose my credit card, what I would do is log on to the website or the app, find the page to let them know that I need a new card. And more often than not, within a couple of steps, they let me know that my card will be coming. However, if the process is a little different, meaning that if I were to tell them that I didn't just lose my credit card, but I know for a fact that it was stolen, from that point forward, I'm actually put into a different flow, a different process, whereby I probably need to figure out if I need to dispute some transactions on my card. I might need to give some additional details and information. So every flow and every process, it's not necessarily the same. It really depends on the inputs that you have, that you give to the system, which then takes you along a different path. And that's what's so unique about flows and processes. It can be contextual to the user experience. And this whole experience of giving that sophistication and enabling that complexity, it's difficult to do. As a matter of fact, a lot of companies struggle with this process. Let's take, for an example, a business that we all know and love, I'm sure, the Department of Motor Vehicles. For the DMV, it's really difficult for them because a lot of their systems aren't necessarily integrated, which is why when you go on their website to renew your vehicle registration or to update your address, more often than not, you're probably encountering a web page where you have multiple fields that need to fill out, and they're not recalling and remembering your data and information. The reason for that is because in order to create this seamless experience, you need to integrate these data silos. And doing that takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort. Oftentimes, it takes coding as well. In addition to that, you need to build this logic. Again, that takes time, resources, and coding. And furthermore, you need to create that interface, that interaction, because at the end of the day, it's the front end, it's the UI that you're interacting with. So you need to create that experience that is friendly, accessible, and pleasant. And finally, after you create these experiences, you want to embed them at every single touch point. So it shouldn't matter whether I'm on a website or a mobile app or maybe it's your CRM if you're an employee utilizing some flows and processes. These experiences should be a delightful one, no matter what the touch point is. That's why I'm super excited to be introducing Lightning Flow. Lightning Flow is a game changer. It's declarative process automation for every app, every experience, and every portal. And when I say declarative, what that means is that, as a user, whether you're a business user, an admin, a business ops, you don't need to write code in order to build a flow or process. And that is really, really powerful. So in addition to all the things I previously said about how to build a really seamless flow, Lightning Flow is powered by the Process Engine. It includes 2 declarative builders, including the Cloudflow Designer and Process Builder. And in Spring 18, we have a lot of new functionality that we just released. One big one is Lightning Components. So if you guys are familiar with the Lightning platform, you'll know that Lightning platform enables you to use these reusable Lightning components that you can drag and drop in your app builder, in your community builder to create these really great experiences. Now we're taking that same concept and putting them into your flow screens. So not only can you drag and drop these beautiful components, now you can create really dynamic experiences, all the experiences that you get from having these custom components. So for instance, you can leverage file uploads to enable people to upload files. You can leverage the progress indicator base component and use the stages functionality to give your users a chance to see what stage they are in their process. There's tons more that our developers are releasing, and also our communities are building these flow components for you to leverage and use. Secondly, we're integrating more and more with the Lightning platform. So we're taking the power of platform events, external services with local actions to give you a much more powerful and integrated experience. With platform events, which is relatively new, you can easily define platform events in your platform now and be able to subscribe and publish events via flows. So for instance, if you're subscribing to a flow, or it's like subscribing to a platform event and that event happens, that can kick off your flow. And with external services, we recognize that not all of your data is located in your Salesforce system. So now you can use external services to access other services and pull that data in as part of your flow. And finally, with local actions, it's actually a really, really powerful feature. With local actions, you can now leverage your on-premise databases, your private cloud databases without going through the Salesforce server. And you can also access browser features like opening up a completely new website after a flow is completed, or even accessing browser features like turning on an audio clip or a movie clip. So lots of potential there. And finally, we're really empowering you to develop these process-driven applications. So these flows and these processes that you build and create can be accessible anywhere, whether it be on your Lightning App Console, your Lightning Pages, your community portal. And we're really enabling you to create that great experience that a lot of our users expect and love. And how do you build a seamless experience? Well, again, you start with the logic. So just to reiterate, we have 2 great tools that you can use. You can use the Process Builder, and you can also use the Cloudflow Designer to build out your logic. If you have devices, you can also leverage a product called IoT Explorer. That's a great one, which is also built on the Process Engine. Secondly, you want to create that great UI. So at the end of the day, if no one's accessing your flows or your process, then it's kind of a waste. So with Lightning components, you can build those stunning and engaging, visually engaging guided processes. And finally, you want to embed these processes and flows everywhere. The great thing about some of the latest releases that we have is that you can leverage the Lightning App Builder, which you already know and love, and you can pull the standard flow components onto your page and pick the flows you want to surface. So you can do that in App Builder now, and you can also do that in the Community Builder. In addition to that, if you're on Lightning Experience, you can now access the flow and put it on your utility bar if you have a console app, or you can actually access a quick action and be quickly accessible to your flows at any time. So with that, I'm sure you guys are super excited to see what this actually looks like. I'm going to hand it off to Arnav, who'll give us a quick demo.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. So the demo is set up in this way. I'm going to show you guys how to use a Lightning Flow for a customer-facing use case in a Lightning community. I'm also going to show you guys how that actually transitions into an internal employee-facing use case here within Lightning Console. So there's two personas over here. I'm going to play both of them. The customer persona is Lauren. She's a person who's going to apply for a new credit card. That application process will be built using Lightning Flow. She's going to have a question which will get escalated to a service agent, and the service agent is going to use Lightning Flow inside of Console to go ahead and address that particular challenge. So the service agent is Eric. I'm logged in as Eric over here. I'm just kind of checking to make sure everything is all set up. I'm live on Live Agent Chat. And then this is Lauren on a Lightning community portal. So this is a customer-facing portal built using Lightning technology. You can build these using Community Builder. When Lauren logs into this, she sees a kind of a banner ad across the top saying that she's pre-qualified for a $20,000 line of credit. And these actions in the middle of the screen, these are all built out using Lightning Flow. So you create them using flows. How many people have used Visual Workflow in this audience? A whole bunch of you guys, right? So you know that Visual Workflow can create screens. You can have screens, data, and decisions. Now we've supercharged what you can do with those screens by allowing you to embed Lightning components directly into the screen. We've also supercharged how you can distribute those flows by creating a Lightning component for Community Builder as well as Lightning App Builder that lets you drag and drop those flows onto any Lightning page. So here Lauren's getting started, and this is the first screen that is actually a flow screen. So look what this particular flow screen looks like. It's nothing like what you could do in the past. This is brand new with Spring 18. I'm using a standard Lightning progress indicator component across the top to highlight what stage of the credit card application process Lauren is in. I'm using a custom Lightning component in the middle as an image-based selector. Instead of having something as basic as a radio button or a drop-down list, now you can use an image-based selector. And the really cool thing about these image-based selectors that our devs have been building or the community's been building is because you're using them within Flow, you can actually pass in parameters as inputs or outputs. So you can design them in a reusable way. I'm actually using the exact same image-based selector on this screen. I'm just passing in different parameters for the static resources to get different images to show up. So build your components once. Build them in a way that, as a developer, other admins and other business users who don't know development can reuse them, and then unlock the full power of process automation within your Salesforce org. So I'm going to select this adventures card, and I'm going to end up. This is a very trivialized credit card application process. It's only a couple of steps. But the key takeaway over here is Lauren has applied for a card, and now she's ended up with two of them. She's got her existing one on which she's got some amount of balance, and then she's got a new one. So what if she has a question and she needs to kind of ask the agent, hey, I've got these two cards now and I want to go ahead and close out the old one. How do these processes that are customer-facing or direct employee-facing interoperate? So I'm going to hit have a question, and this is going to trigger a Live Agent Chat request. So if I switch over to my agent console, you'll see that it's kind of popping over here. My omni-channel incoming chat request is popping. Pay close attention to the way that the console looks when I hit accept on this. This is a brand new feature which is called Lightning Flow for Service. It's in pilot in Spring 18. It's Safe Harbor going to go GA in summer. So as soon as I hit accept over here, what it's going to do is it's going to match the incoming chat request to Lauren's contact record. So Lauren's contact record gets pulled up, and it's automatically opening up a flow for closing the credit account right into the center of the screen as a sub-tab. This association is something you can set up both declaratively using Process Builder or Flow, or programmatically using Apex. So there's now a way to actually tie together what the right next action is for the service agent or the internal user as soon as they open up a flow. So I'm going to go through this flow over here, and this particular flow in the center of the screen is showcasing all the generally available Spring 18 Lightning component functionality. We've got a custom strip component here. We've got a dynamic show hide component over here. All these components that are being built by the community that are sample components are available on lightningflow.net. These are like components to get you guys started, to get you thinking about how you can build these reusable Lightning components for Flow. I can transfer it to a new account. There's a dependent pick list over here. I know that's been something that a lot of Flow users have been asking for a long time. And again, we're unlocking all of these use cases by allowing you to embed Lightning components directly into Flow and driving them using the process logic of Flow. I'm going to kind of go through the next couple of steps really quickly. This is showcasing a date time picker. How many people in the audience have wished there was a date time picker in Flow in the past? I see at least one, two, three, several fans. What we've done over here is, again, because Lightning now has a datetime picker as a base component, it literally took us a couple of lines of code to go ahead and create a custom component that is wrapped and provides that datetime capability. So you guys can do that too in your own orgs. The sample is, again, available on lightningflow.net to get you guys going, and it kind of takes you on from there. What happened over here is another brand new feature. It's something that we call local actions. Wendy called it out in the integration section of our slides. What we did is we checked to see if the customer is located in Massachusetts or what her state is. And based on that, we used a local action called navigate to URL that opened up the right knowledge article for that particular customer. And it's a local action because it's a Lightning component that runs client-side JavaScript and directly controls the behavior of the browser. So it can show things like toasts, it can navigate to a URL, it can create a finish behavior for Flow, so you can navigate to an S object or a record page after you've created it. I'm going to keep going over here. I'm going to actually go ahead and close out the old smart credit card. This is a data table component, again, a Lightning data table base component that's been wrapped for use within Flow. And this is showcasing another use of local actions. So I'm going to hit this, and it's going to take a little bit of time to connect. What it's doing is, let's say you have a situation where you have a legacy on-prem service that actually stores some data, like SSN numbers, or will tell you if that SSN number is going to match or not. Now, from Flow, you can actually make a local client-side JavaScript call to that local server and get back whether that particular last four of the SSN matches or not for the customer. So what happened over here was Salesforce doesn't know the SSN number. The agent just entered in 9234, hit next. We made a call out from the client on the Flow to that on-prem server, that Oracle server that's running, or whatever on-prem service you're running. We got back a yes/no response. If it is yes, it matches. We show the toast, and we automatically go ahead and close out the right particular account over here. So several things going on over there. Like the key things to remember are, one, use Lightning components within your Flow screens to make them super rich and powerful. Second thing is Flow integrates with all your existing services and APIs via external services or local actions. Local actions are in pilot in spring. They're going GA, Safe Harbor in summer. Third thing is guide your agent or employee experience using this new Lightning Flow for Service, which actually pops up the right flow in the center of the screen based on what you specified. And finally, there's a whole bunch of things you can do with local actions in terms of controlling the browser experience, even outside of the Flow. Toasts, refreshing the screen, opening up a new URL, anything that you need to make that app a guided, process-driven app. Cool. So that was the demo, and we have a couple of minutes left. So I'm going to go back to the slides. There are already several customers who are adopting this. Shire and The Gap are really excellent examples. They actually co-presented with us at Dreamforce 2017. Shire showcased a patient onboarding process. Gap showcased a return merchandise process. We're also working pretty closely with New York Life and several other customers. So a lot of the things we're showing you about applying for a credit card or onboarding a new customer or returning something, these are all excellent examples of process-based process-based apps. And then finally, a little insight into the roadmap. Object-specific actions, these are available in Spring. It's something I didn't demo. They're really cool because it's a button on a record that launches a flow. It's contextual to that record. It passes in that record ID. It works on Salesforce Mobile. Lots of our MVPs are discovering this, and they're super excited about it. So definitely check that out. For summer, the key things I'll call out are Flow for Service Console is going GA. Local actions are going GA. Both of those things I demoed. You can play with them in your sandbox orgs as soon as they get upgraded to summer. I think it's going to happen sometime in April. And then in winter, we are looking at a brand new visual flow builder. It'll be called the Lightning Flow Builder. It won't be in Flash anymore. It's going to go into pilot in the winter release. OK, there you go. Yes. And we're really excited about that. We can't really show you too much of it right now because we're still actively building it. But that's coming, and we have a whole bunch of people working on that going forward. And then in the last like 20 seconds we've got, here's the call to action slide. Take a picture of this if you guys are interested in learning more about Lightning Flow here at Trailhead DX. The App Venture contest actually is using Lightning Flow as a subcategory. This is a link to our resources, lightningflow.net, and our brand new updated Trailhead module, which actually has a bunch of Lightning Flow content in it. So our existing like automate your business processes module has been updated with the latest Spring 18 content. And then we have another deep dive session later on today at 4:30 p.m., which is all about bringing engaging experiences to life with Flow. So it'll take this demo that we did and explode it out into a lot more detail, into a lot more richness on the roadmap. So with that, I think we're at time. Hopefully that was enlightening. Thank you for showing up so early in the morning.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.